Okay, so let's look at checkpoint 2 here. It says use the data in figure 11.6 to find the probability that a minute of NFL broadcast is not devoted to commercials. All right, well, first off, let's kind of write our equation. So it's going to be the probability of not commercials, and we'll abbreviate that so we don't have to write it all out. Well, that's going to be 1 minus the probability that there are commercials. All right, well, commercials is here. And so what we need to do is we need to figure out the total here. So that's going to be, if we add all those together, what we're going to end up with is the total minutes is equal to 190. And so now what we can do is we can say, okay, well, 1 minus the probability of the commercials, well, that's 63 out of 190. And if we do that subtraction, that's going to be 190 over 190 minus 63 over 190, which gives us 127 over 190. And that can't be reduced. And so that would be our solution to this problem. Now, again, it all depends on if they ask us for a decimal or a fraction, but the fraction is going to be the most accurate answer. So I'll leave it as a fraction. All right, let's look at another one. So if one driver is randomly selected from the population represented here in this figure, find the probability expressed as a simplified fraction that the person is at least 20 years old. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go around and add all of these numbers together to find out the total. And so the total is going to be equal to what? Well, that's going to be equal to 229 million people. Okay. And so my question says probability at least 20 years old. So that means greater than or equal to 20. Well, that's going to be the same as 1 minus the probability that they're less than 20. Okay. So can we figure out that? Well, this is going to be greater than 20. That's going to be greater than 20. That's going to be greater. 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 So the only one we have to look at here is the basically the 19 and under. And so that's going to be 1 minus, and we have 9 million out of 229 million. And so if we simplify that, well, that's 229 minus 9. So that's going to be 220 over 229. Our units will cancel. And so we could just say 220 over 229. And again, that would be the lowest form it would reduce to. And I would keep it as the fraction because it says expressed as a simplified fraction. Okay, so let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.